Hi everybody, it's Brannigan'sLaw 84 with another haul video. I just did one earlier this week, or maybe it was late last week. I can't remember right now. But I did go to two Dollar Generals and a Dollar Tree, and I wanted to share what I got at those. At the Dollar General here in the town that I live in, I found for $5 a piece the Jesse Stone. And the light might be shining a little bit much there there we go. So the Jesse Stone Collection Volume 1. This has 4 Jesse Stone films with Tom Selleck. And I also found Jesse Stone Collection Volume 2. They're both $5 a piece. They had several copies, I think, of the first one and like 1 or 2 of the second one. So I'm really glad I found these. I've seen maybe one of them, honestly, but I couldn't pass them up for $5 a piece. So I'm really glad that I found these 2 DVD sets. So I'll be looking forward to seeing them because I'm a really big fan of Tom Selleck. Put those off to the side here. And then a few days ago, I went to another Dollar General the next time over, and in my previous video I did talk about wanting to find a DVD set that I had heard about online, and sure enough I did find it. They had one copy of this, the Dimension Extreme Terror 6-pack. Let me see if I can get some more space here. There we go. All right, so $2.95 right here. When I found it, I was like, wow, I can't believe I actually found it. I've been looking for it. It has here Black Sheep, Welcome to the Jungle, Automaton Transfusion, Broken, Rogue. This one, the sticker's on it, but I think if we put it here on the side, it has all of them. That would be Rogue. I believe that one is about oh no, I'm sorry, Rogue's right there. No, that would be 13 Game of Death right there on top of Rogue. So of these, the ones that I have seen are Welcome to the Jungle, Automaton Transfusion, Rogue. These 2 I already own. This one I just got it last month. So I had never seen it before, but I knew about it. It was basically, it's a Cannibal Holocaust ripoff, which it essentially is. But it was all right, and it's only 82 minutes. Rogue I haven't seen in a long time. I actually took my DVD out to watch it some time ago. I just haven't gotten around to watching it. I took it out sometime after Crawl came out in theaters. I wanted to see another killer alligator or crocodile, whatever it is in this one type movie. Automaton Transfusion I just saw earlier this year, like in May, and it was all right. I've never seen Broken. Black Sheep I actually had on my Netflix DVD list, and I took it off after I found this DVD set. So for $3, you get 6 movies. I mean, it's really awesome. Even the clerk made a point of mentioning that. So when I went up to go pay, he's like, wow, you got all these movies and they're all like less than $3 a piece. And I'm like, yeah, there's one that I had as a 6-pack. So if you can find this is a really solid buy. I mean, like I said, even this, of all of the movies that are on here, probably, I haven't seen the rest of them. I know Black Sheep's supposed to be kind of like a horror comedy. But at worst, this one was okay. And this one is more of a, it's almost like a student film. It's very, very low budget, but I believe that this was Stephen C. Miller's first. Yep, there's his name. There's Stephen C. Miller. This is his first film that he did. So, like I said, a great buy for less $3 if you can find it. I also got Containment. Never heard of this one, but the plot sounded interesting about these people having to get stuck in their apartment complex or something like that. It's supposed to be kind of like a paranoid thriller movie, so I figured I'd check it out. Dollar Tree has been spoiling me because I have these. I get a lot of these movies. I'm like, do I really want to spend $3? There's a couple that I put back where I'm like, no, these are all about $3 a piece. If they were $1 a piece, or even $2 a piece, I'd be fine with them. So here we have Road Wars. This is an Asylum film. I saw several Asylum films there. So I think I saw the trailer for this on one of the Asylum DVDs that I already have. Most times I fast forward through trailers or I skip to get to the DVD menu or the Blu-ray menu. But when it comes to Asylum films, I like to actually watch the trailers because some of them are actually amusing and I actually want to check them out. I want to say I actually saw the trailer for this one. So also for $2.95, I figured I'd pick it up. Dead 7. This is like the Expendables of boy bands. And it's got a bunch of guys on here from, you can see the name, Nick Carter, Joy Fatone, a couple other guys. I mean, some of them I remember from way back in the day when I first rented the movie, the DVD from the Redbox. My wife, when she didn't watch it with me, when I started talking about it, she started like naming all the guys, and I'm like, I only know who, like, one or two of these guys are. Justin Timberlake, Joey Fatone, who I got to meet after I saw the movie. I got to meet him. I got to meet Joey Fatone at a Comic Con, the local Comic Con that we have here, and I didn't actually like go get his autograph. I just saw him. He was wandering around the convention room looking at like the comics setups they had, and I mentioned that I had seen this movie and that I really liked it a lot. So he was actually like, I caught him off guard, and he actually did like that. But yeah, it's you can see more of the names of the guys down here at the bottom. So like I said, only a couple of these guys I actually know. AJ McLean, yeah, I know him. And then of course there's Nick Carter. I believe I thought he had directed it, but I guess he didn't. But yeah, it's a zombie movie by the Asylum that has a bunch of former boy band guys. You see the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, 98 Degrees, and O-Town. I was just talking to my wife about this the other day, and I was trying to remember the name of this group. I remember she's like, well, is it 98 Degrees, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys? And I said, yeah, there's guys from like all of these, including one band that was like at the last death rattle of the boy band era, and it was that O-Town. So I'll have to remember to bring that up to her. And she probably already forgot the whole conversation. But I did mention I'd like to watch the movie with her, so maybe she and I can watch this. So for a really good deal for $2.95. I've seen this at Hamilton Book for $1.95. I almost didn't buy this, and then I thought, well, it's $1.95 at Hamilton Book, plus they have the $4 shipping charge. I thought, no, I may as well just buy it. And the last purchase at this Dollar General was Hangman with Jeremy Sisto. I like him a lot. He's a great actor. I had heard that this was turning up at Dollar Trees. I went, like I said in my previous video, I went to a bunch of Dollar Trees, and this did not show up at any of them. And I was kind of leery, but as soon as I looked on the back and I see found footage, right away I was like, okay, I'm buying this. Because like I've said in previous videos, I'm a sucker for found footage movies. I actually just saw one the other day called A Night in the Woods. I paid $5 for it at Walmart. That's $5 I should have saved because it sucked. But like, this is $3, and even if it turns out to be bad, well, you win some, lose some, but this was less than $5. So I mean, it can't be all that bad. That's it for my Dollar General purchases. Now we went to Goodwill. I was like, we made several stops, including a Big Lots where I didn't find anything. But we did go to a Goodwill, and I found a couple of movies. Steve Irwin, Crocodile Hunter, Collision Course. Never seen it. My daughter was interested in it, so I figured I'd pick it up. So good deal there. Spider. I think I already own this, but if I remember correctly, it's an X rental. So this one is it's in mint condition. I opened it up, so I will not buy a Goodwill film or Goodwill DVD or Blu-ray if they are not in really good condition. So I got Spider. And what I noticed, they had a ton of Blu-rays and DVDs, but like a good 70 to 80% of it was all wrestling stuff. So some guy must have just like offloaded all of his wrestling stuff. So this I was just talking about this movie last week. I have never seen it, and I mean, the first thing I found was Spider, okay, and I went through. I always try to scan through the DVD racks at any Goodwill or thrift store or whatever, more than once, because I mean, sometimes when you go the first time over, you're not gonna find stuff. The second time around, I just saw like the spine, and I saw it said Collision. I didn't see Jay Leno. I just saw Collision Course. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what I'm thinking it is? And then sure enough, I remember when this movie came out, I never did see it. And I remember when the DVD came out, and I never did, rent it or buy it because I wasn't thinking of spending like $10 on it. And here, look at that. I spent $2.99 for it. So, it's got some ring wear on it. You can see there's like a dent here. But I mean, for $2.99, you can't beat that. And I mean it's in mint condition. It even comes with a chapter insert. This was a really great find. So thank you to whoever donated that to Goodwill. And then I found the Blair Witch Project. The case isn't in the best condition, but I mean, I just saw this like, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks ago. About 3 weeks ago, I saw my Blu-ray because I hadn't seen it in a while. And I remember when the Legacy sequel, pseudo remake, whatever you want to call it, came out in 2016. That was a piece of garbage, and I mean, I was really like anticipating it too because, you know, I wasn't a fan of this movie when I first saw it back in '99. My uncle took me to see it at the theater, and I didn't really like it very much. It wasn't until a couple of years later when I actually became a fan of the movie, and I actually, what's funnily enough, I was a fan of the second film, like right off the bat. I really loved the second film a lot, and then I mean, when I saw, it took me a while to appreciate this one. And then when the Legacy sequel came out, I wasn't that impressed with it, and I'm still not. Could have definitely been better. But I'm getting off track here. But going back to this, I saw it there for 99 cents, and I'm like, this is a VHS tape, and you know the film, it was shown in 133.1. Okay, so that's formatted to fit your TV. That's the way it was shown at the theater. And that's the way it is in like Blu-ray and DVD. And I think, you know, that's VHS format also. So it's nice to have a VHS copy of this. And I mean, I did take it out of the case before I even like thought about buying it, because I did not want to end up with a copy of another movie, which can happen at any Goodwill or thrift store you go to. So I was happy to pick this up. It's just a nice little collector's item to have. And I know I have talked previously about records, and that I'm a big fan of LPs. I know people love to call them vinyl. I'm not really a big fan of calling them vinyl. I mean, if I have to talk about them, yes, I'll mention this vinyl, but I just like to call them LPs, or just records in general. So I figured I'd show a couple here that I got. Let me go with the first one, which I did get in the mail. I haven't listened to it yet. You can kind of see it here. It is Tales from the Crypt. Okay, you can kind of see it right there. You can see my lights from the top are showing there. So Tales from the Crypt. I ordered this. This was a limited. I think it was limited to like 500 copies. Or you can kind of see the. There you go. So you can see the track listing there. So I'm really glad I picked this up. I still have not opened it. It is still sealed. I'm looking forward to it. If you can, let's see, where is it? All right, up here at the top, cutting cards. One of my absolute, it's probably, if it's not my favorite episode of Tales from the Crypt, it is it's like in the top 3. I love cutting cards. It's barely even it's horror, but it's not like horror. And that's what I really love about it too. It's horrific, but it's, you know, not full of horror. I mean, I love horror movies. I love them a lot, but it's just something about two guys that are like degenerate gamblers who just like proceed to gamble on increasingly violent and gruesome things that I just really loved about this particular episode. So, I mean, I'm really glad I picked this up. It was limited to 500, like I said previously, and I'm just glad, you know, I finally got it. And the next one, this is going to become a crown jewel in my collection. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 soundtrack. I mean, this is awesome. I just got this in the mail on Thursday, and I've been wanting to get it. I've been wanting to get it for a while. And I'm sorry for the glare from the lights. I'm over here in my dining room here at the dining room table. Maybe next time I'll do a video where I usually do it, where there's not a big glare. But here's the soundtrack. I mean, I paid a pretty penny for this, at least to me. But I've seen it go for way more money, and I'm just glad I was able to finally get my hands. I was finally able to get my hands on this soundtrack. So it's on cassette tape, but it is not on CD. So I'm glad I was able to get my hands on this finally. So this has been another one of my haul videos. I'm glad that you all are watching this. And please comment and subscribe to my channel, like this video, and I'll try to get more to you all. Thanks for watching.